Okay, so I'm gonna make this very impromptu video about this very interesting topic. And why I'm so impromptu is because I feel that this topic is very interesting, and I feel that I have never really touched on this topic before. Not too thoroughly, and I think that this topic is something that cannot be missed out, but maybe I didn't thought about it the last time lah. So today I very impromptu until my hair never gel, okay, but never mind whether my hair is here or here it's still the same, the content is still going to be good, okay. So again, don't be stingy, don't be nyao, hit the like button. Okay, so actually, I want to say something is that before you even make a comment about this video, which a lot of people are nowadays, I feel that there's a lot of pros and guru that will type one big chunk of comment in my comment section and section, and when I read it, I was like, it's either you never finish the video or you don't really understand what is going on. Okay, so but anyway, put it aside. Okay, put it aside. Okay, I just want to say something is that please again, like I reminded you, please finish the video. Okay, so today we're going to talk about this thing on price negotiation and how to really close the offer and get the house you want. I think this is a very sensitive topic, a very interesting topic, and also a very difficult topic. And every different era or different part of the real estate cycle, different ways are being used. So today, this thing that I'm going to share with you is now whereby prices are high, there is a lot of demand, people are snatching, and there's a lot of competition. So if you don't understand what is in the market now, right, I will give you a rough summary first, because without this summary you won't understand what am I going to tell you next, and then you won't understand the logic and the gist behind later. So first of all, you have to understand in the HDB market, the demand is high, the supply is low. Most of the unit has COV, and if you know how to spot those units that don't have COV, most likely the value is high, and the value is high because it's young. Okay, it's younger. So you will see COV in those older houses, which is naturally normal because like I told you in many of my videos in HDB, if the age of the house is not high, it's very hard for the government to push up the valuation. So you have to understand this. There's a lot of demand. So basically, I will say that till now, every single HDB that I sell, I determine a price that I feel that can achieve, which I feel that is reasonable and is not low. Okay. So what happened is I have so many HDBs successfully at the price that I have proposed and believe. Okay, and they are not low. So in the private property, again, I will say that I have also helped a lot of buyers buy property at a low price, high price, whichever. The reason is because not everybody will want to buy at a low price, because some people buy because they just love the house, they just like the house, they just like the place, they just want to stay here. So there's no right or wrong in what price and what you buy. Okay, that is why in my videos I don't just cultivate this culture or wrong culture, because I feel that everyone buys property for a different reason, and how to do it to your reason and to your preference, I think that is the secret to correct property and best property purchase and buying and ways lah. And you know. So first of all, you have to understand this. So the next part that we were going to jump to now is the main part. The main part is how do you negotiate, how do you offer, how do you close a deal. Okay, so whether you are an agent or not, right, or whether you are selling a house or not, or whether you are buying a house, okay, it really doesn't matter, because the first part is part one. I will say that you really, if you are a buyer, okay, this is more on a buyer agent perspective or a buyer perspective. When you contact an agent in the advert, okay, the agent will tell you, like, ask you what's your budget and all these things. What is the agent trying to do? The agent is trying to qualify if your price match the seller's budget. In this current market situation, a lot of buyers, they are trying to ask questions to the seller or the seller agent, like, how much do you want, how much to close. To be frank, the market doesn't work this way. Not every single listing or not every single advert the agent will have a price to close. Okay, let me explain this to you. First of all, this is a high market, a fast market. So everybody is trying to get the best price. And we get calls almost like 20, 30 calls for a unit or for an advert in the first 24 hours that's out. It's really a lot of inquiry and a lot of people that is looking to view. So our job as a seller agent as well as a seller is everybody wants the best price. Everybody wants the highest price. So today, if I determine that the highest price is 500,000 and I say that to close is 500,000, but you never know, somebody will come in at the market at 510,000, 520,000. This is what happened in the market now. You all have to understand this first. Is that if today the seller says that 500, but if he can get 510, he will want to get 510. If he can get 520, he will get 520. So if you are agent or you are a buyer and you think that, hey, my buyer or I am a buyer, I do not want to go into a price war. I do not want to go into a bidding. I do not want to go into an auction. I will say that today, if you want to get a property at a bloody cheap price and at a bloody good price, the thing is you are not the only one out there. If you are out there and there is no one that is going to snatch with you for a property that you think that is good, then it's obviously is no good. It's no good. That's why nobody is snatching with you. You know, but there is many properties out there that is good and people are snatching the properties. Meaning that today, if this property is good, there is more than you one person, there's more than one buyer that is going to buy this property or want to buy this property, which creates a competition. So if you are not willing to go into a price war or a negotiation or a bidding or what you call it lah, then I would say that don't enter the market today. Because this is the thing that I'm realizing today. If you think that you want to try to lowball or you try to get a cheap price from the seller today, it's not that the seller is trying to sell high. Is that the buyers can offer high. So if today the buyers in the market can offer high, naturally the seller will want a high price. There's nothing wrong. Before you make a comment or you feel that this is unfair, put yourself in the position of every single stakeholders in a purchase or a sale of a property. If today you are a buyer, definitely you want it cheap. Today you are a seller, definitely you want it high. It has to be fair to everybody. You cannot see the property market as you are a buyer, then you want cheap. Then the seller cannot ask high. But the thing is, if the seller asks high today and there's buyers willing to pay, then it makes your offer irrelevant and redundant because your offer is too low. So today you must understand that in a market situation, if you're not ready to pay, I will say that you have to ask yourself, there's a few scenarios. Okay, one scenario is if you're willing to pay, go into the market, check what are the property prices and what is the competition in the area. If you are lucky that you like an area that has very low competition, then most likely you will get it at the price that you want. But if today you are looking at an area whereby the competition is high, then you will most likely be expected to pay higher. It's very normal. This is a high market, guys. This is a market that is very fast. Every inquiry that is having good demand is having like 10-20 calls a day. You guys got to understand this. If you are buying a property that nobody is competing with you, then it means that this place either have a high supply, low demand, or this place just have a low demand and this place may not be that good but you just like it. But it's okay. I'm not saying that it's not okay, you know. It's okay because you like this area. It's your personal preference, but every buyer got to understand the market, respect the market and respect the seller, because every seller has their own price to sell. Whether is it a reasonable or not reasonable price, it doesn't matter because this is his house. And if you like his house, then this is your problem. Understand or not? So when I think it's also very important when buyers you are handling the purchase yourself or you have a buyer agent, it also determines whether you are understanding it correctly or is your buyer agent understanding it correctly. Because I realize that people are asking seller agents that, hey, will there be a price war? What is the price to close? To be frank, if that place have very good supply demand, firstly, you will definitely have a price war because a lot of people will come and see and offer the unit. Secondly, what is the price to close? The price to close is the highest offer. Today, if the market value over here, everyone is purchasing it at 510, 520. Naturally, I will tell you that many owners will want 550, 580, 590. And will they get it or not? That is a very big question mark because it will depends on whether the 20 buyers that call, any one of them willing to pay or not. Of course, if nobody is willing to pay later, then the seller will have to face the fact and start to drop a little bit until the benchmark where a buyer is willing to pay. But you will be surprised that many people are willing to pay now in the resale market. So this is something that I feel that is a matter of understanding and is a principle of negotiation. Do you really understand how negotiation work? So I have been closing a lot of buyers every day and helping a lot of people get the house they want. How do I really do it and how do I really manage to sell properties is, firstly, I understand the supply of demand in the area. I understand whether this place have the potential or not. Whether am I serving a buyer or a seller? If I'm serving the buyer, I will identify the correct pricing and also help the buyer understand that if today in this place that you want to buy, you need to pay more. If you're not willing to pay more, don't enter the market. I'm not being hao-lian or proud, or I'm just want buyers to understand if today you're not willing to pay, let's say you like this area and you're not willing to pay, and after my research I tell you that this area is expensive and there's many competition, yet you still want to enter this area and you're not willing to pay, there is no need to enter this area because you will never ever find a place to buy at the price that you deem reasonable. Because many people, sometimes in a scenario I may have 3 buyers that want the same area and different buyer has different price expectation. This buyer willing to pay here, this buyer willing to pay here, this buyer willing to pay here. So even in my own network, I already have buyers that willing to pay here. So I know that in the market there is many other buyers that may be here or here, but you are here. So I know that you won't get anything in that competition. So this is why I say in a lot of my videos, do you need to buy or do you just want? Because one is not enough in this current market situation where there is very low supply but very high demand in the market. So this is something that I think everybody could think about. I won't go into the section of how do you negotiate and everything because it requires a lot of explanation and it's case by case, but where it's not just my customer, I have been helping my agents to close their customer also. And we have identified that in this current market trend, there is certain ways to handle. You cannot use the down market trend price negotiation method to or price strategy selling method to sell now in this high market trend. It's totally different. Okay, so I've been getting a lot of these questions from buyers or from buyer agents, and I feel that even agents are not understanding what is happening correctly sometimes. So it's good that you understand and then you realize that what is the situation in the market, what is the problem in the market, are you really ready to step into this market? Okay, so that's it for today's video. Hope it helps you. I am very sure it helps you if you really understand what I'm trying to say lah, because this is what I've been trying to help a lot of buyers understand, and a lot of them they understand, they try. If their price is here, they eventually tell me, Aaron, you are correct, I think I'm not ready now. Then those that's here, they will have already bought. So this is the problem in the market that is really difficult. I'm not saying that you have to be very rich to be able to purchase a place. I will say that if you are here, okay, then it's here lah. okay, you must be at least in the middle or towards the top a little bit. You don't need to be like the top tail. But if you are all the way at the bottom tail and you're trying to look at like 4 months, 3 months, 6 months ago prices and you're not willing to pay a little bit more even, then you will never get a house in this market situation, because there is a lot of people in the market that's willing to pay a little bit more or more, whether is it in the HDB market or in the private market. So I hope you understand, and pardon me for my hair, because it's just a very inspiration that hits me that I need to do this content. Okay, so hit the like button, subscribe button. I see you in the next episode, and bye bye.